All right, here discussing anger and resentment sets up one of my favorite sayings, which is if you can't change the world or anything else, you can only change how you react to the world. And if you set that up in your mind, it's going to really help with your anger and resentment, which you should never have. If you have it, you don't want to be ashamed about it, but it should drive you to work through it, to become in a place of peace, a Zen like state, but you should not be angry or resentful ever. It's a tool.
I disagree. To say that you're never supposed to be angry or resentful is to deny the very nature that God gave us. Some anger is unhealthy. I agree that there is a kind that's unhealthy, the kind that feeds our flesh. But healthy anger is rooted in a desire for justice. God wired us with a fundamental desire to want justice. Therefore, there are some offenses that should trigger us to be angry. We're supposed to be angry over certain types of sin. God Himself was angry, and so we should be like Him.
God's anger, as expressed, say, in the Bible, is only an anthropomorphism. That's just to give humans a feeling of what's happening. God is not actually changing, He is immutable. He does not change. If God changed with anger and love back and forth based on humans' reactions, He would not be God. So, like God, we should work to get rid of our anger and resentment and be in a state of peace or Zen, whatever you want to call it, and work toward having that peace and understanding everything we were resentful about was there for you.
No, our goal is not to get rid of our emotions or suppress them. Emotions are a gift from God. They're meant to be experienced in their fullness, not avoided. Whether the biblical examples of God's anger have been anthropomorphized or not, we're meant to take God's anger over sin seriously. And we're supposed to be like Him and react the same way. If a child gets molested, we should be furious. That's called righteous indignation. What makes it righteous is we agree with God about the heinousness of sin and we want God to make justice.
Once again, like the resentment, the anger will not help you. Only actions will stop the bad guys, the molesters. Anger doesn't do anything. And not only does the anger at the molesters hurt, doesn't do anything for them, it hurts you. Anger and resentment need to be worked through. We need to be self aware, recognize we have that, identify what caused it, work through that those obstacles were trials or tests to make us a growing person so we can be where we're supposed to be, like the Jedi says, at peace with the Force.
I actually think that the anger does do us good because it means that we're identifying with God over the heinousness of sin. If I'm angry over a child who's been molested, that's good because I'm saying that is objectively wrong. Doesn't have to have anything to do with me. I'm outraged over the sin. When it seems like someone's gotten away with unjust behavior, we get mad. We should get mad. And the point is not that anger can make us, bitter and resentful. It's that it is not fundamentally to be avoided. Sometimes it's the only righteous response.